Hi, this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I want to do a quick video, or I'm going to try to do a quick video. You know how I am. About some things that are coming up that hopefully will be exciting. Hopefully will save the page. And I've been on hiatus for basically the last week trying to figure some things out. I got a good suggestion. I'm going to try it out, but what I'm doing. So I'm knocking this out right before I leave my office here. So as you all know, the weather is like a secondary thing for me, but it's become almost like a second full-time job. So what I'm looking at doing, what was suggested to me, and I kind of like the idea of it, but I'm still learning about it, is doing a Patreon page. And that'll be a page where people who want to support the page and get a little bit of extra stuff for doing so can join the Patreon page, become patrons at different levels. Right now I've got set up at $3, $10, and $20 per month, and you'll get different things. I'm still kind of ironing that out, and I'm probably going to add another tier to it. And it'll be things that when you hit, you'll have some access to different things like some daily videos and updates that are only available to patrons, not to the Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. So you'll subscribe here, and I'll be doing some things for you, like I'll try to do at least a couple of videos a week for the higher tier, like the $20. Maybe do a live stream a week, just about the upcoming patterns. At the $10 level, I'll try to do 1 or 2 videos per week on the mid to long range forecast or upcoming patterns. So, and what I'll also try to do for them is something like this, where I've put together the weekly forecast that you're used to seeing, and then I explain what's going on for each day. So some things that I'm working on. I'm also trying to get a hold of Aaron Higgins with Graphics Now. He's a longtime friend. I'm not sure what his status is with Graphics Now, but I'm going to try to do business with him if I can. If not, I'll find somebody else local. GMAC, I've had some people suggest GMAC to me, and try to get some merchandise for you also, so that you have some things to buy where you get something for your money, and then I make a little bit as well to help support this page. What I really want to do is expand this page. I want it to become something that has really high value and has increasingly better production value and all that. But it's something I can't front it myself with my own money to do it. It's something I need you guys to do. So hopefully this Patreon page is going to help make that happen. So as I figure this out more, I'll roll it out. I'll do some things some sample videos, sample posts that everybody can see, so that you all can kind of see what you're going to be getting for your money. So and I've got some other things kind of in the works again to try to do a little better quality videos. I'm doing this one on my phone, but I'll start doing videos that are done on the computer with the camera, like I was doing a little bit before, and make them a little better quality. So in the meantime, that's something that's coming. Hopefully some merchandise is coming. We'll see how that all plays out. And again, if it's Patreon and some merchandise don't save the page, then it's probably just going to go away. Hopefully that's not what happens. I don't want it to just become a straight up pay page, because I know there are a lot of people in this county that don't have the money. And we've got a lot of single moms, even a couple of single dads, some people who just can't afford to support the page. I got a couple people who do $1 a month to support the page. That's still open as well. The Patreon isn't going to be quite that low, but at any rate, I don't want to go to just a pay page, because there are people who depend on this information that can't afford to do it. But those of you who can, who don't, please do so. I have picked up a few people over the last week. I think we're around 40 subscribers now, which is that counts the business subscribers. And that also counts those of you who make donations, a couple or 3 times a year that make significant donations. That counts you all too. So that's counting all of you. I've got a couple people who made annual donations. That counts you as well. So if you're a repeat donor, you're probably counted in that 40. So, and I thank every single one of you. You're the only reason this page is still here even to this point. So again, hopefully this will help out. We can start doing some fun things. I'll start coming up with some different ideas on some things to do. And again, I'll start explaining the forecasts a little better on the Patreon. So real quick, I did go ahead and do the 7-day forecast. We've got a decent weekend coming. We do have a small storm chance in the morning. Take a look here at the HRRR model just to kind of give you a little bit of a visual idea of what we might be looking at. As most of the storm cluster looks like it's going to go through southern Indiana, in the evening, and that we may have a couple of little storms this evening, and maybe a few. Just you can kind of see this little bit of a lingering boundary hanging as the cold front finally drops through. So in the overnight there might be a couple of little pop-ups going into the early morning, and I wouldn't rule out something extremely isolated tomorrow afternoon, but really this evening into the overnight are going to be our best chances, and those chances are not very high. So beyond that, we have a pleasant weekend dialed up. Again, probably around 80 to the lower 80s. It's possible maybe we don't even make 80 tomorrow. We might only hang out at 78 or 79. But you can see as we get into next week, we hit mid next week, kind of on a schedule that I talked about before I went on hiatus, that the heat would be coming back for a stretch from about the 5th to maybe somewhere around the 10th or 11th, and then we may have another decent cool shot. And in fact, it may be a bigger cool shot. I'm taking a look here at the College of DuPage, which is a free page if you ever want to go and check out satellite imagery or model data. And when you kind of take a look at the Bering Sea, and kind of Indiana's correlation is somewhat here, and you can see there's a big trough dug in and a big low pressure that passed through up there a couple of days ago. So that would time itself out somewhere in the maybe 12th to 15th time frame that we could have a more significant storm system come through, and then a bigger trough, and which would be some cooler air, maybe in a few days in the 70s. We'll see. And then the warmth will probably come right back on the heels of that. And we seem to be getting into more of an up and down pattern instead of just the stagnant, hot and humid every day. So we'll see if hopefully we can keep this up and down, keep some periodic storm showers going on. One thing I will zoom in on is I was talking about the possibility of storms this evening into the overnight. I will zoom in right here. I'm not going to change the sector view, but you can kind of see, if I can get my cursor in here, that cluster right here. We're getting some stuff popping up in Illinois. We're starting to get some lift. So that would be where the possibility of storms will come from this evening. So with all that said, again, this is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I'm going to go to pardon me while I click the internet here. I'm going to go to our Facebook page real quick. I will upload this forecast here this evening. I'll upload this forecast or this video here in a little bit to Facebook as well, and it'll be the first post on the Patreon. So I just want to remind you that there is a pinned post on the Facebook page. If you go, it's right at the very top, and when you click to see more, we've got all these options available right now for you to donate and make one-time donations, or you can go to madcoweather.com/support, and we've got our support tab on there where you can sign up to do monthly. If you want to wait it out once the Patreon's going, if you're doing the monthly on the madcoweather.com page, you can always cancel it and do it at the Patreon page instead, and again, get a little better content that nobody else is getting unless you're a patron. So with all that said, this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Again, thank you to those of you who financially support the page. That's going to be key to keeping this going, making it something that I can improve on and keep helping the entire county. This page is about information mostly, but it is very time consuming, and it's become a second job. So that's what you're supporting, and you're supporting that for those who don't have the money to be able to support it. So please keep it going. Thank you so much to those of you who have financially supported us. Thank you to those of you who support me with your kindness, because that means a lot too. We get some nasty people every now and then who tell me that I don't deserve money for doing the effing weather. And I get some people who get on posts and say, who cares? Obviously I cared enough to post, but those are few and far between. Most of you have been extremely supportive, and I thank you very much for that, and hopefully we can keep this thing going and I can keep informing the entire county. With all that said, this is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates, and I'll be posting again soon. Thank you.